Yeah, I wanted to do this video because I thought it'd be interesting given the fact that I'm a trans male, so there's a lot of pictures of me before 2 years ago, before it came out, that would be quite interesting to look back on, and I'm already regretting this decision. Hey guys, it's Lýkos and welcome back to my channel. Last night on Instagram I asked you guys whether you wanted to see a reacting to our videos or a piercing related video, and it was very close, but more people wanted to see me reacting to some cringy pictures of me when I was younger. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I've got my laptop, which has some old pictures from my phone before my current one that I emailed to myself because my phone was crapping out. I have my iPod from 2012, my iPhone from like 2016, maybe earlier, I think 2015, and then I've got my current phone, which has a few months back. So I think we're gonna go to the very first one on this phone, and that's as far as we're gonna go, because I got this phone this year, so yeah. So I think we'll start with the earliest one, which is my iPod, which is so dark. I don't remember the password to this. So this thing is tiny. I don't even want to go into it. So like I got this in like 2012, and I didn't take selfies of myself very often when I was younger. Okay, so we're gonna go as far up as we can on this thing and see what the very first picture of me is. If there's other people in the picture, I'm not going to use that picture because a lot of the people that would be on this I don't speak to anymore. I was like 12, so like I don't really want to be posting pictures of them without asking them if it's okay, so we're just gonna... Okay, here we go. We've got the first picture of me on this account. I'm pretty sure this isn't the first ever selfie I took. I'm pretty sure I took that in like a month before this picture, but I deleted it, I think, not long afterwards because I didn't like it. So this is the first image we've got on here, and I do not wear glasses. I probably need them by this point. I don't wear glasses. These are fake ones. I do not wear glasses. I think they were my sister's fake, just like clear glasses that I stole from her. And that hair, I didn't know what I was doing with my hair. I would just tie it up and then leave it at that, and that was it, and that's what I did for like several years of my life. I look really weird before I came out and without piercings, just in case people thought I looked decent. Here's an image to prove I didn't. Here's the next picture of me, and my god, is it with Cam Wow. This is when I first started wearing my hair down, and it's so cringy. It's so cringy, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. Although I'm wearing, you won't be able to tell, but I'm wearing a Foo Fighters hoodie, and I literally lived in that for like 4 years. It was my mum's. She got it from the concert that came to New Zealand years ago, and when it didn't fit her anymore, I just sort of adopted it, and I lived in it for like 4 years. It was a great hoodie. I don't know where it went. I really wish I knew, because it would probably still fit me, given I haven't grown in about 4 years. But yeah, I loved that hoodie. It was great. Yeah, I didn't know how to take pictures, just to clarify that one, as to why these look absolutely horrific. I'm a terrible person to take pictures, in general. Next picture was an athletics day, and it seems really cringy that I did the Dan and Phil cat nose whisker thingy on my face at the age of 15 in red paint for a sports day because I wanted to use that as an excuse to put whiskers on my face. I was a cringy child. Oh man, that's great. I still love Dan and Phil to this day, but I did that in public. At school. In a school where people already thought I was cringy. Right, I'm using this photo because I know the girl in the picture would be completely fine with this. She was in one of my recent videos. We were in like drama class. My entire friend group was practically in drama, minus like 2 of them. We were huge drama nerds. We got asked to be in the senior play in like year 10 as narrators. So we were like, sure, why not? only to realise that we'd have to basically be furries for the entire thing. So I wore a shirt and a tie and some bunny ears, and my friend wore a trench coat and cat ears. And this was before we got all our makeup on, but we were just like, yeah, we're cool, we're in the senior play, and we're only year 10. Yeah. We did pretty well, I'd like to say, overall. There was a few year 9s in there with us who were also really good at drama, who were also our friends. Yeah, the outfit choices that we made were questionable. Alright, so I just got my iPhone working and it won't actually let me get into anything because I need to put a SIM card in it. And the SIM card I've got now, I don't have my old one anymore, is too small to fit in it. So we'll have to ignore the, like, I think it's something like 4 months of pictures. It's just like when I first got my haircut into the emo style, I think is the most that's on there. So if you've been following me on Instagram for more than 3 years, you would have seen that already. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to go back onto this, because this is what I changed over to after my camera stopped working on that. So you'll start to see the emo hair here after I've had it for about 3-4 months. So we've got this first photo here. I don't actually know what's going on here. I think I was getting very fed up with my hair and was just sort of pushing it all to one side, like up, rather than having it sit across my head. And again, the Foo Fighters hoodie is making an appearance, and so is my poster wall and my guitars, apparently. Yeah, I painted my nails for this picture. Don't know why. This was about a month before I came out. As you can see, I had the emo hair, but I didn't wear makeup at all. This picture here was actually one of my favorite pictures for such a long time, but I still to this day could not figure out why the bottom of my hair was yellow. Because in any other picture, like the day before this, the day after this, every other picture I took the same day as this picture did not have the yellow strands that this one did, despite the fact my hair being styled the same way with the same stuff. So I don't know what happened. It was probably something to do with the editing of the photo. But I actually really like this hair. This picture. My hair was sitting decently. I'm not wearing ridiculous clothing. I'm actually wearing something I still wear to this day, which is a Switchfoot hoodie. And yeah, I don't look terrible, and it's actually in color for once. Yeah, I don't normally use pictures in color. This picture is a story and a half. I don't really know what to say about this picture. I don't know what's going on with the gap in my hair there. I think my hair was too long to deal with the whole fanned outside thing that goes on here. I think it was just too long. So I just sort of left it sitting with a giant gap in it. I'm wearing an Oscar Alexandria hoodie, t-shirt, so creds for cringy emo-ness. I still like Oscar Alexandria, I still wear that t-shirt, but this picture just has an overall cringy emo 2007 look. I still really like that shirt. Yeah, I still wear it, but that hair is very big. It sits out quite far. Although it was very well styled. I very rarely style my hair these days. I just sort of like brush it. Occasionally put a straightener. What the fuck? Occasionally put a straightener through it and hairspray if I have any in the house at the time. But I would spend like an hour doing my hair every day when it was longer because it just looked like shit if I didn't do it. Whereas nowadays it just sort of sits like this, regardless. So I don't really need to unless I'm going out. Yeah, this very overstyled. I teased it a shit ton, like it would sit like this far out and my fringe would come out like a good like centimeter off my face, as you can see in this picture. My skin was very clear. This is like 2016, this picture. My skin was so clear, I am actually jealous of pre-coming out me for once. I quite liked this next picture. Feet to the band wall again. This was well before it was nearly finished. It still isn't technically finished, it's fallen off of my wall a bit, so I need to put stuff back up on it and fill in the final gaps. But yeah, this is like when it was only like halfway to where it is now. And I'm wearing a Time Lord hoodie from Doctor Who because I'm a nerd. But I quite like this picture. I look decent, my acne's calm, my hair is not halfway off of my face with being over teased. The yellow streak is still there because I didn't know how to tone my hair at the time. I mean, looking at my hair now, you'd think I didn't, but that's just because it was dyed orange and it's really difficult to get the orange out. But yeah, my regrowth was terrible at this point now. I had only bleached my hair once, so my regrowth was like down here. But other than that, it's a pretty decent picture. This image, again, the Foo Fighters hoodie makes an appearance. Can you tell I literally lived in it? I like this picture. I needed a haircut desperately by this point. My fringe was a mess. But it's just a nice, subtle, hey, look at me, I want attention picture. Oh man, this is when I started getting into Instagram again as well. So I was like trying to make myself look better than I do, without realizing that people would eventually like me regardless, because I've stopped giving a fuck these days. But in this days it was always like, I've got to look attractive, I must look cute, and now I just post dirty pictures. As long as it looks somewhat professional, I'm good. This picture, I swear to God, people will use this picture to pretend to be me. This is my Facebook profile, this was my Instagram profile, this is what I use for everything. If people wanted to draw me, this is the picture I would send them. If I wanted shoutouts, this was the picture I would use. And it was just my favorite picture of all time for ages, until I shaved my head. But no, I really like this picture. It was one of the few pictures I actually took in my room, because the lighting in my room was shit for all of like 23 hours a day. So I get like 1 hour of good lighting in there, which is why I don't film in there in my room anymore, or as often as I should, because I tend to film in the afternoon now, just because I have more time. That was like at morning time. I just woken up and I was like, I'm gonna do my hair and take a picture, and I really liked it. It was like, people use that to fake me, and I was just like, why? This image, which was me with very short hair, people thought I was gonna buy extensions, and I was just like, lol, nope, I'm shaving it in a week. Yeah, I really liked that hairstyle. It was too feminine, and that's why I wanted to get rid of it. I had it for like a week before I shaved all of my hair. And that's where we get this beautiful image. This was the same day I shaved my head. I started wearing hats because I looked more like a guy, but I looked 8, and my hair not having a fringe and hair made me self-conscious. I had like a growth on my head of hair, and then the rest was shaved off completely. So I just lived in a hat until it grew out, basically. This photo was one of the only pictures I posted on the internet without a hat on. And I don't like this picture, but it doesn't look terrible. I just don't like the fact that I'm not wearing a hat and I have that bloody haircut. Yeah, so I wore that hat for several months until it grew out enough. And then I changed to a beanie when the side of my hair started growing out. And I quite liked the beanie pictures and that haircut as it started to grow out. But it was annoying as hell to deal with. I would have to always wear a hat because it looked absolutely shit otherwise. So I lived in a beanie for a very long time. Like, I'm not even kidding, it would even look shit in the beanie sometimes. Like, this was a thing that happened. I don't know what I was thinking posting this image on the internet. This was on my Instagram for several months until I removed it completely. Alright, here we go, we've got the black rings. They were too big. They were like a size bigger than the ones I got now, so they sat like always pointing inwards like this, and it just looked terrible. These ones are a size down, so they sit like that way rather than inwards. And yeah, they I quite liked the jewelry, but I don't know what I'm doing with my face. Like, legit don't know. Again, I'm back in snapbacks by this point because the beanie was just annoying me too much. And this image was one of my favorite images. At the time, I loved my hair here. This is the haircut I was talking about, where my hair sat across my face with the sides slightly growing out. my eyes, you can tell, I made a comment about my eye color a few videos back. You can tell them that, what I was talking about there. I finally figured out how to wear the piercings properly. Again, I was still wearing hats at this point because I just like to by now. But I really like this image. I really like this haircut, and if I could get it back without shaving my hair off again and it looked identical to that, I would. But I'd have to shave my head to get it back like that, because it was entirely down to the fact that it grew out from shaved head to be like that, and that's why my hair sits this way now, because it grew out like that. So there was that image, and then there was my other favorite image with that haircut, but again I cringily wore cat whiskers in it. Yeah, I love this haircut, so you can see more of the haircut here. I was in town at a market day, and my friend put face paint on me in the shape of cat whiskers. Great. No, I really like this image. I just don't like the cat whiskers. If it could leave the cat whiskers out, I would. But yeah, no, this is what I mean about I like that haircut, and you can see that it was literally just grown out of having been shaved, and yeah. And then I did the monstrosity of dyeing my hair green for the first time. I'm not sure if it was a mistake or if I really liked it. Don't get me wrong, I love the color green, but here's an image of me with all green hair. If you haven't seen it from before I deleted them all off my Instagram. I loved the color and I loved having the green hair, but I think me at this point in time was just a weird look with green hair. I think I looked better with it when I did it more recently, but that wasn't all green either. I would love to go all green again, but I don't have enough dye for it at this point, and I'd have to buy more. And I'd have to bleach the black out of my hair, which I don't think I can be bothered doing for now. So yeah, that was the beautiful, beautiful green hair I had, and I had that for about. In fact, I had that most of the rest of the year. I dyed it in like October for Halloween, and then I had that until it faded in December. And yeah, it was really faded in December. Here's a picture of it in December. It was very faded in December. I still loved it. I'm wearing a Santa hat. I'm the biggest Grinch in the world. I don't know who put a Santa hat on me. And why I decided to take a picture with it on, but it happened. I again loved this haircut. This was all pre-T as well, so there was a lot of cringy images. In my opinion, I look 9, so that's why they're cringy to me. I stole my friend's collar for this. Yeah. She wore a choker collar and I borrowed it for this picture, and I'm also wearing a Batman necklace, because why not? I really like this picture. We were out for I think it was the Christmas parade. It was great fun that day. And yeah, my hair was very faded. It had gone like a minty color. And then a few days later I dyed it black because I had a thing at my new school and I wasn't allowed to have colored hair, so I had to dye it black because I didn't want to bleach it again. So I just dyed it black, and that was probably a big mistake, but I did it. Alright, so I've moved on to my current phone, and I've gone on to my Instagram archive posts. I'm not going to react to the ones that are still on my Instagram because I still see them quite regularly, whereas I haven't been through my archives in about 4 or 5 months. And I've gone down to the oldest picture of me with black hair. So this was right after I shaved it all off. It grew out and I had the green hair, and then I'd had to dye it black in 2017 for school. So this is 2017, I was still pre-testosterone, I was taking my snake bites out the day before school, and the very next picture is when I took my snake bites out, yeah, this is when I started using the branding and everything and tagging my images, because I was starting to get my images stolen. Yeah, so I'd just taken my snake bites out. I feel like I look really weird without piercings in now. For anyone who hasn't seen me without piercings in, this must be really weird seeing all these pictures of me. Here we have a really cringy picture of me with a dog filter. I think this was, if I remember correctly, I had just dropped out of school. Yeah, because it was the day after my first injection. I ended up in hospital, and then by the second week on being on testosterone, I'd been discharged, and I dropped out of school because of my attendance. So I dropped out of high school, and yeah, I was just sort of staying at home all the time doing homeschooling, and then I dropped out of that too. So I was doing absolutely nothing for the whole year, and yeah, I look about 8 in this image. Yeah, my hair grew out quite fast. It became a mop very quickly. It was down to my shoulders, as you can see in this picture. It was ridiculously long, and I desperately needed a haircut, and it was such a pain in the ass to style by this point. I did not like having long hair. I mean, I did, purely because it was great. It was great fun. There was so much I could do with it. But in terms of maintaining hair, longer is much more of a pain in the ass. So I preferred to have it much shorter. This was right after I got it cut shorter, which meant it was way easier to deal with. Eyebrows look absolutely black in this picture, but for some reason they look black here. I'd never touched my eyebrows with any tinting, and I'm wearing smiley face earrings. This was right before I was about to go out as well, and I was just too lazy to tag it because I was leaving the house. So it's on my main account still. Here is my cringy Halloween makeup from last year. I did this with glue and tissue paper because I didn't have any latex, and I'm so glad my one this year was much better. This fell off my face after like 2 hours. So the one this year stayed on my face till I got home. I had to literally rip my skin off to get it off. It was so annoying. I just didn't want to leave my face. But yeah, that makeup wasn't bad for my first attempt at SFX. It was literally like my second ever SFX attempt, first on my face where I couldn't really see what I was doing properly. Most of the other ones I'd done were on my hands and my arms. So yeah, I'd say that was pretty decent for my first ever face attempt. But I just had the wrong equipment at the time. Yeah, I think I'll leave that there because I think that's enough cringy material for now. And yeah, if you like this video, leave a like. If you want to see more really cringy pictures of me and some older ones, there's some ones from last year still on my Instagram account, go and follow my Instagram, the link will be down below. And yeah, if you have any suggestions for videos in the future, leave them in the comment below, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, I will see you all you dudes in the next video. Stay you, stay awesome, don't forget to smile, and never be afraid to be yourself.